Traditional, I'm a cardiologist. I have my own practice and I work long hours. We are well off so she doesn't work. She's a stay-at-home wife. A very good one. Our house is always clean, there's always a meal for me when I get home, and she wakes up as early as I do and makes me breakfast. We constantly have time. Usually after I get home from work she jumps on me and kisses me as a welcome. She's always real happy when I get home from work. She sometimes can't even wait till I'm done eating for us to have time. One day I came home from work and I was expecting the usual, her running to me, kissing me, etc., but when I walked in the door she didn't come running, so I walked into the kitchen and found her there. Food was ready as usual. She was washing something in the sink, so I went behind her, hugged her, and started kissing her neck. She turned away. I grabbed her and faced her towards me. She had a tear running down her cheek. I asked her what was wrong, but all she said was, "Do you love me?" I said, "Of course I do, honey. What's wrong?" She looked away again and mumbled something. I asked her to repeat herself. She said, "I'm pregnant." We have been married for almost a year now and we've been wanting a baby, so I was thrilled and full of excitement, but I didn't understand why she was in tears. I said, That's great, baby. But why are you so sad about it?" She said, "I'm not. I'm happy, but what? John." She was quiet for a few seconds. "John the first cheated on you." I was speechless and completely shocked cause I did not expect that. She went on. "Susan texted me 2 weeks ago. Susan is my secretary. She's came on to me a few times but I've always rejected her." My wife continued talking. "She told me you guys were having an affair. She said it has been going on for about a month now." I was completely furious, so I went and got a few drinks. I called Fred and told him about it, so he joined me immediately to support me. Fred is her guy best friend who she claims was nothing but a friend to her. They were always really close, so it bothered me, but she made it clear that she saw him like a brother. She kept talking. I had more to drink until eventually I was so drunk I didn't know what I was doing. We went back to his place and he was being so affectionate and nice, so I slept with him because I wanted to forget all about what you had done to me. After a few hours I came home and you were still at work. I had already sobered up, so I decided to act as if nothing happened, as if I didn't know about your affair. 2 weeks went by and every day during those weeks I went to Fred's while you were at work. I wasn't guilty at all for having time with him, cause in my mind you had been doing the same thing to me for a month. I decided to check up on you, so I asked everyone you knew about the affair, but they all told the same thing, that you weren't having one, that Susan was clearly trying to break us up. So as soon as I found out none of it was true, I called it off with Fred. Yesterday was my last day with Fred. I couldn't live with myself if I didn't tell you about it, so here I am telling you, hoping you'll forgive me because it was all so stupid and I really regret it. I should have come to you first. I should ask you about it, but I was scared you would just lie to me. I was still taking it all in, so I hadn't said a word. She put her hand on my face and forced me to look at her, then told me, "Baby, I love you more than you can imagine and I am so sorry." I looked away because I knew if I didn't I'd forgive her right there and then, because I still loved her very much even though she had hurt me. She removed her hand from my cheek, then set it on my chest. "I hope you can forgive me, John. I don't want to lose you. I can't live without you. Just give me one chance to prove that this will never happen again." I grabbed the hand that was on my chest and looked her in the eyes and told her to leave the house. She said, "Where am I supposed to go, John?" In anger I told her to go to her lover's house. She turned away and started walking upstairs to our room. I thought she wasn't going to leave, so I followed her up there yelling, "If you don't leave, I will." But when I got there she already had a suitcase out. "Just give me a few minutes to pack and I'll be out of here," she said. She was wearing a beautiful silk robe which she dropped. Underneath she was wearing my favorite bra and underwear, which she knows I love. She looked gorgeous. I was so hurt, but I loved her and I didn't want her to leave. She got dressed, grabbed the suitcase and started heading out the door. Without thinking I grabbed her suitcase and pulled her back with it. "Wait, don't go. If you leave we'll never fix this and I still have a lot of questions to ask." She said okay and set the suitcase down. "What do you want to know?" she asked. "Do you love him?" "Absolutely not. I only love you." "Is the baby his?" "No. It's yours, John. I promise." "How do you know?" "I was pregnant before I slept with Fred. The day I got drunk I was trying to miscarry. I didn't want the baby without you. I wasn't going to tell you about it because I was angry about the affair, so I planned to leave you and I figured it'd be easier if you didn't know." "Is the baby okay?" "Yes, I went to the doctor. It's fine. She slept in our bedroom, but I went to the guest bedroom that night. This was yesterday. I don't know what to do. Please help me decide whether I should leave her or forgive her." Update. It's been about a month now. There's not a day that goes by that she doesn't apologize or begs for forgiveness. We still live together, but I sleep in the guest bedroom. I love her. And this is driving me crazy. I want to reconcile, but every time I think of forgiving her and moving on, I picture her in bed with another man. A man I knew. It is so hard. I want my wife back. My wife. Not Fred's mistress. Comment 1. I think you have enough stress on your mind, being a physician and all. Cheating, having time with a guy because she thought you were having an affair shows lack of maturity on her part. Why didn't she ever talk to you about any of this till she got pregnant? That's unforgivable. Read the update and it seems like both of you are a bit immature for trying to get even on each other. You are both grown human beings and it is time both of you started acting like one. This whole post clearly read of a high school-esque demeanor. You own your own practice and you make drastic decisions daily. I'm not saying that work and personal life are related, but you should be able to make a much better decision than what you have been making so far. Emo, I would break up and end support and see what you can do about avoiding alimony. It will be better in the long run as long as you don't look back. Secretary's fault or not, in the end, it's your wife who initiated the cheating herself by sleeping with her best friend. Now it's your duty to make the logical decision before shit gets even worse. Comment 2. God almighty, people like you make me hurl. If this were the other way around, you would be condemning him as harshly as possible. But hey, she is a card-carrying owner of a pair of ovaries, ergo she can do no wrong. How much does genetic parentage matter? Spoken like someone who never has to know what it feels like not to know if your child is yours. If I swapped your child at the maternity ward, that'd be cool, right? Cause it doesn't at all matter whether or not it's your kid or not, any old kid will do. Op, drop this girl, get a paternity test, in that order. Speaking as a cheater, if she's done it once, she'll do it again. She needed an excuse and either waited for this to come up or fabricated it entirely. That's what manipulators do. Comment 3. So she found out yesterday for sure. She hit the pavement, and talked to all those people, who reconfirmed that you weren't cheating. Bullshit. And she has the gall to do this, and blame your secretary? Even if the secretary story is true, which I doubt, where does she get off boning her best friend when some random stranger who obviously wants to break you guys up is telling her bullshit? Look, she wanted to cheat, straight up. This best friend seemed really appealing, and she's been planning on boning him for a while. She just needed a stupid random reason to do it. She waited until one come up, then the instant anything half decent did, she stuck his bare dick in her pussy. Wow. What a piece of shit. Now she's pregnant? Pray to God it's not yours. Leave this woman and never talk to her again. And if it is your child, fight as hard as you can to get custody of your child, because you don't want it raised by such a self-centered piece of shit. Your whole relationship with her was a lie, and that's come to the surface. It sucks. I'm sorry. But run. Comment 4. Dump her, fast. You've only been married 1 year and she cheated. She's financially dependent on you, that's why she feels so bad. Don't be a fool, your gut feeling about her being so close with this man was right. She said she sees him like a brother. Well, most people don't have time with their brother. Move on. You seem like a great guy and a great catch, you deserve better. The first year might be rough, but 5 years down the road you'll be happy you have a woman you could trust. You don't want a woman who is time for 2 weeks behind your back with someone she swore she only sees as a brother, all the while you're working hard to support her. Move on. 100%. Comment 5. She obviously loves you. Think of how difficult it must have been for her to come to you and tell you this. She showed bravery and honor in admitting to her mistake. She has done everything in her power to make it right. When you married her, you made a commitment to stick with her through the good times and the bad. She may have broke that commitment, but that doesn't mean you should take the easy way out. Marriage is tough. Love forgives. Are you man enough? This was a short-term thing. It did not go on for months or years. She ended it and told you about it. If you were in her spot, what would you want her to do? Would you want her to forgive you or leave you? What about your child? What do you think will be the best for him/her? You seem set on a paternity test, but I myself would prefer to never know and love the kid like he or she is mine no matter what. If you feel you need one for yourself, go ahead. Just be aware of how the results will affect your relationships with your wife and child. How much does genetic paternity matter anyway? Are you willing to bet your family on a sperm race? That being said, you have some serious work to do. Get help with it if you need it. You two have a lot to talk about. Set very clear expectations. I am also very concerned that she was so willing to try and kill your child and never even tell you about his/her existence when you said you were trying to have kids. I just lost a baby a couple of weeks ago. I would do almost anything to have had my little one born healthy. Always remember, love forgives even when it's not easy. You can get through this and you will all be better for it. Thanks you for watching Everyday New Movies. See you soon.